Welcome back, guys. And today we'll be solving another question that was asked in TCS Mock Beta 2. Okay, so today we have grooving monkeys with us. Moving on to the problem description. N monkeys are invited to a party where they start dancing. They dance in a circular formation very similar to Gujarati Garba or drum circle. The dance requires the monkeys to constantly change positions after every 1 second. The change of position is not random, and you, in the audience, we are very smart, observe a pattern. Monkeys are very disciplined and they follow a specific pattern while dancing. So consider n equals to 6 and an array monkeys. Okay, so this is the pattern that they'll be following. Okay, what does this pattern means? Suppose we have some monkeys like this is monkey 1, this is monkey 2, this is 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, just try to assume that their index is the ID of the monkey. Okay, so if the value is 3, then the indexing start from 1. Okay, so if the value is 3, then this this monkey which was on the position first, it will move to the position 3. Okay, and after that it will move to the position 5 after 1 second. After 1 second again it will move to the position 1 back again. Okay, so the monkey which was on position 1, it will return back to the position 1 after 3 seconds. Okay, so I was just giving an example of how this pattern is it's supposed to mean. Okay, so given n and the array monkeys, find the time after which all the monkeys are in the initial position for the first time. Constraints this. Okay, so we will be provided with 10 test cases and the number of monkeys will vary from 1 to 10,000. Okay, each line must contain a single integer t where t is the minimum number of seconds. Okay, we have to minimize this, but don't worry, we won't be using dp or recursion. Okay, now they have provided us with an explanation. So when we suppose we have 6 monkeys a b c d e f, and this is the pattern that they'll be following. Okay, so monkey a, it will first go to position 3. Sorry, monkey a, following the pattern, it will go to the position 3. So monkey a has gone to the position 3. Yeah, monkey b, it will go to the position 6. Yes, it's on position 6. Monkey c, try to visualize it a little bit, it will help you a lot, and in further questions also. Okay, monkey c, it will go to position 5. Yes, it is. Monkey d will stay at position 4. Monkey e will go to position 1 and monkey f will position 2. Okay, so after 1 second, this is the positions of new monkey, and after they keep on following this pattern that we have recorded, after 6 seconds they will return to their original position. Okay, but now let's see some interesting things, some interesting patterns that we have found it inside this pattern. Okay, if you try your usual approach, you will definitely get a time limit exceeded. Okay, so now how we are going to solve this? Suppose this is our position index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? And the this is our monkeys at initially they'll be at position B, C. Okay, this will happen. All right, sorry for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am just taking this test case that they have provided us with, and I am trying to solve this. Okay, so suppose we have these six indexes basically. All right, and the pattern that we have is this one. Now focus around, because now we'll be I'll be showing the very important part. So the monkeys were a b sorry c d e and f, right? Forget about all of these values, forget about a b c d e f. Right now we'll try to focus on only one monkey. Okay, so uh, below I'll store that after how many turns that monkey returns to its position. Okay, so we'll store here after how many turns it returns. Okay, so firstly let's calculate about a. Okay, so the rest of the position was like this: a, x, and x. The rest of the position doesn't matter. Okay, so at 1 second, after 1 second, a moves to position 3, right? So this will become x and this will become a. Okay, after one more second it will move to position 5, right? Because this is the value. Okay, let's remove this. After you know after basically second it will move to the 5th position, so it will move here and someone else will come here. Okay, After one more second, it will move back to its position 1. So A will come back to its position after 1 second. Okay. Now, what about B? B was initially at this position, right? So B will move to firstly sixth position. So after 1 second, B will come here and X will be here. Okay. Now, after one more second, it moved back to its original position, that was B. That was 2, right? So this position becomes X. So B will return to its position after 2 seconds. And why have I written 1 here? It should be 3. Okay. B will return back to its position after 2 seconds. Now let's do similarly for C. C is here, right? C will go to where is C? C will first go to 5, 1 second. After 5, it will go to 1, 2 seconds. After 1, it will go to 3, 3 seconds. So C will go back to its position after 3 seconds. What about D? D is at 4 and it will stay at 4. Let's just say it doesn't matter. Even after 0 second, it's at its position, right? So what about E? E is basically at fifth position, so it will first move to 1 after 1 second, and after that it will move to third position, that is 5. So it has basically moved into, after 2 seconds it's at third position, and after one more second it moves back to fifth. So E will come back to its position after 3 seconds. What about F? Now I won't look at my test case, but I can tell you that it will move back to its position after 2 seconds. How I can tell you? How I can tell that? I'll tell you that later on, a little bit later. Okay. So how am I supposed to find my answer here? I know A will reach its position by after 3 and B will reach its position after 2. So if I take an LCM of all these value, if I take an LCM, a lowest common multiple of all these value excluding 0, actually just to avoid confusion, I can make this one. It will help me a lot. So if I take LCM of all these values, my answer will be 6, and that is our answer. All right. Now, but if I directly use this approach, I'm afraid even after that I will get a time limit exceed. So now what I'm supposed to do is I will find another pattern here. And what will that be? How I was able to figure out that F is 2 without even looking at the pattern? Why? Because I have seen something that A, C, and E, all of them are 3. Why? Because A went to the position of C, and A also went to the position of C, and similarly C went to the position of A, and C also went to the position of E. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say. Is that if a monkey moves to whenever a monkey moves to certain another place, so all the positions to which that monkey moves, all the initial positions of you know all at that position, whichever monkey there was, it will also come back to its original place after 6 seconds. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, since A moved to C and E, right? Ignore X. A moved to C and E. In our whole in whole dancing of Garba, A only moved to C and E because A is at position 1. It first went to position 3, which is the position of C, and after that it moved to position of 5, which is at a position of 5, which is at a position of E, sorry. So A went to the places of C and E, and since we know that all of these monkeys are going to come back, so they are actually making a circular path. If A is going to some position, all the positions to which A is going, one of those elements which is at that position will be coming to A, right? Since A is going to C, so C will come to A. If A is going to E, then at that time one of those positions, might be C, might be E, because right now it will be E, I believe. But when the number of monkeys increase a lot, then any of those values at which E was present, at which A was present, one of those monkeys will come and replace A. Okay, what I'm trying to say is simply, to all those indexes at which A will go, someone from that index will come to A. That's right, because we are swapping, right? Okay, not swapping, but they are actually making a circular path. If A is going to E, then E is going to C. Okay, you might be thinking that this is a fluke, so what I'm going to do here is I'll just take another example, right? I'll just take randomly a number 154766832. Okay, 154, what did I say before? 476, okay, 8 and 3 and 2. Let's take this example. Right now the monkey, let's mark them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, so A first moves to the position of C. Sorry, A will stay at its position, right? A will stay at its position. What about C? Sorry, what about B? B go to the fifth position. I'll need to do my indexes again. Just keep the count in your mind. Okay, so B will move to the position 5, so it will come to E. After that it will move to the position 6, it will come to F. After that it will come to 8. Sorry, so 1, 2 and 3. After 8 it will come back to its position 2. So after 4 seconds B will come back to its position after 4 seconds. Now where did B went? B went to E, right? Now let's check about how what E. So E went to 6, E went to F. F, after F it went to, after F it went to 8, so it went here. We have already consumed 2 seconds. After H it went to 2, where B was situated beforehand, so we have consumed now 3 seconds. And after B it came back to its place, so E has also consumed 4. Okay, now you might see what I was trying to say. Now how will this thing benefit me? What I'm going to do is, whenever B goes to any places, suppose B was at B went to 5, then I'll just you know mark this place as something that does not need to be checked. I'll mark this place at I'll mark this as 0. I'll first go to 6, and after that I'll mark this place as 6, mark this place as 0, you know and after that I'll when I'm iterating, I'll just check if that place is 0, ignore it. Okay, so now what will happen? B will give me the answer of 4, right? Similarly, I'll find all those values that are forming a different circular path, and I'll calculate those value, and I'll take a GCD of all of those values. Sorry, I'll take an LCM of all of those values. Sorry, that is my dog. And I'll take an LCM of all of those values, and that will be my answer. Okay. So I'm not going to solve it here because I'm going to code it. Okay. So sit back. Now we are moving to the most interesting part, that is coding. Firstly, I'll take my T, the number of test cases, right? Basically, firstly, you can, we can have at least 10 test cases, so keep that in mind. Now I'll iterate while T, and after that I'll decrease my count by 1. I Okay, now I'll take how many number of monkeys I have, right? Input, and now I input my pattern, the pattern which we have observed, which the monkeys are following while dancing Garba. Okay, list map int and input dot split, right? Great. Now I'll do certain, basically I'm trying to initialize certain values. That will be my turn, how many turns I have taken, and what will be my current position and my position after position. Okay, so 0. Okay, now I'll try to iterate while the value of position is less than equal to n minus 1. I can actually, if I want, I can even iterate this, but I am going to change the value of my position, so let's keep that in mind. Okay, so the before value, before it went somewhere, the value was post, right? And after it went, I'll just mark the current position as 0. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you a dry run of this code. Okay, so while pattern of position, I am going to mark all the position that I visit. I'll mark them as 0, so I don't have to, I don't visit that place again. So that is why I have written this condition while that particular position is 0. If that a particular position is 0, please ignore it. Otherwise what shall we do? After will become that position. I am using two variables, after is equal to post. All right, so this position will become where it was supposed to go. Since the indexing will start here from 0, so I have to subtract -1. In this question, sorry, okay, in this question, when we want to move to fourth position, then we were simply coming here, right? But in originally our array goes like this: 0 1 2 3 4. So if I want to come to fourth position, I'll have to take my input and I have to subtract it with -1. So because the fourth value will be stored at index 3, so that's why I'm subtracting it with 1. Okay, now I'll make that particular place where I have visited, I'll mark it 0, because I know what will be the count of that place, because which value I'm solving right now, the count will be same as that. Okay, like in this question, the value 3, how many turns this 3 will take, it will be similar to how many turns 5 and 1 will take, because they are forming a circular path. And that is the beauty of this question. That is why they are able to return to the position where they started. Otherwise it might have been a chaos. So pattern of after will be equal to 0, and I'll just mark this current position, you know current, not position, it shall be current turn. Naming is a little bit important. Sometime I take care of it, sometime I don't. It's all on my mood. Okay, so the current of turn, it will become 1. Okay, because it will count how many turns I have taken, 1 2 or 3, whatever it is. Okay, now after this, the my position, I'll have to I need to calculate where I was before. So I have already stored it beforehand in the variable known as before. So before plus 1. Okay, and if I need to check if my value is 0 or not, because if it's 0, I'll simply ignore it, right? If current turn is not equal to 0, sorry, if current turn is not equal to 0, then turn will be equal to LCM of turn and current turn, and after that I'll just print my answer. Sorry, print my answer int and turn. All right, so this was our code. Now let's make an LCM function. I don't know if it's inbuilt or not, but I know that GCD is inbuilt. Okay, so another short quant lesson. I hope if you have two numbers A and B, right? Then this is a quant property that the GCD of two numbers A and B into the LCM of both numbers, it will always be equal to the product of that number. All right, let's take an example. Suppose we have mm, two elements. Let's take them 3 and 5. I like 3 and 5. They are both prime, right? So the GCD of A and B, the greatest common divisor, it will be 1 into the LCM of A and 3 and 5, it will be 15, and this will be equal to their product, that is 3 into 5, right? Let's take another example. This is a property. This is a sort of a given proof, so I don't need to prove it. I'm just providing you with a little bit of test cases. Suppose if we have 8 and 4, right? 8 and 4, so their greatest common divisor will be 4 into 8 into 4. Their LCM will be 8, and A into B will give me 8 into 4, so they are equal, right? So this is a property, right? Now I'll make a function LCM. I'll take two values, sorry, A and B. And how am I going to calculate? I'll just return a value. I'll typecast it into int, and that value will be equal to A into B divided by GCD of LCM into GCD equals to A into B. So if I want to calculate LCM should be equal to A into B divided by GCD. As simple as that. All right, A divided by B, and GCD is an inbuilt function. I don't need to make it, so I'll just import it from math. I actually don't remember if LCM, there's a function of LCM. Other, if it was, I would have directly used it. Okay, so GCD. Okay, so I believe this is my complete code. Now, okay, there is an error. Bless you, Python interpreter. And yeah, by the way, in comment section, most of you have asked me if my questions, if I have solved my, this, if I solve my solution in Python. Yes, I do. Why do I do it? Because it's easy, right? I don't have to, type all that overload crap. That's why I prefer Python. Okay. By the way, I love C++. Okay. So I'll run my code. All right. So what were my inputs? Here they are. 1 and 6 and 3, 6, 5, 4, 1 and 2. 6. Perfect. Now we actually had we tried a test case here. Let's I don't remember exactly. So I'll undo this. All right. So this was our test case that we tried. I am going to execute this. I'm actually trying to calculate after how many turns the monkeys will return to their position, and after that I will test that also. Okay. So we have a only one test case. We have 8 indexes with 1, 5, 4, 7, 0, 8, 3 and 2. So our answer is 6, right? Okay, did I made a mistake? 1, 5, 4, 7, 0, 8, 3, 2. What? Let me just check it back in. 1, 5, 4, 7, 0, 8, 3, 2. 1, 5, 4, 7, 0, 8, 3, 2. Okay, now let's check. So A is at position 1, it will stay at 1, so the value is 1. What about B? B went to position 5, it's here. It went to position, okay, I'm so sorry, the value here is changed. That's why, okay, 1547683 Okay, so sorry, I'll try to run my code again. I don't know why, I think I made it 0 to check something, so I'll have to do it again. Okay, great, sorry. We have one test case, we have 8 values, we have 1, 5, 4, 7, 6, 8, 3 and 2. 12 is the answer. All right, now let's check. For 1 we get 1, just remove it. For B we'll get B will go to 5th position, after that it will go to 6th position, after that 2 seconds have passed, after that it will go to 8th position, after that it will go back to 4, right? And since it went to 5th, sorry, this value will also be 4, it went to 6th, and this value will also be 4. We don't need to calculate it again. What about C? It went to 4, 1 second, it went to 7, 1 second, 7, okay, it went to 7, 1 second, it went to 3, 1 second, wait a second. So I think I'm making a mistake here. C went to 4, 1 second, it went to 7, another second, it went to 3. Okay, so it only have used 3 seconds. And it again, this will also take 3 seconds, and this will also take 3 seconds. Okay, so what was the answer? I don't remember it. I'm sorry. So the answer was 12, right? And if I take LCM of 4 and 3, it will give me 12, and that is exactly our answer. Because instead of iterating through this whole loop, I only checked those values that were not 0, and actually these values will become 0, and the LCM of these three values will give me 12, and that is exactly our answer. So I hope you understood my approach. By the way, if you have any questions, do mention them in the comment section, and thank you for watching this video.